we are joined by Republican John Cahill, who has announced that he is going to challenge the sitting Democrat Attorney General Eric Schneiderman this fall. And we very much thank Republican John Cahill, who joins us right now. Mr. Cahill, welcome to America's Forum. We appreciate your time.
Hey, great to be here, JD. Thank you.
John, you served as a top aide to Governor Patten. Obviously, he knows something about success at the statewide level as a fresh face who came and served capably in Albany as governor. How much are you dependent on the Pataki connection for helping you win this general election in November?
Well, I'm certainly lucky enough to have the former governor as a friend and someone I certainly will go to for advice. But the reality is here, JD, I have to win this race on the issues that are now before New Yorkers, which are somewhat different from the issues when Governor Pataki ran in 1994. And obviously it's for a different office. But you know, you talked about the issue of one-party rule and one-party government, and that's what we've had here in New York. And I think it's increasingly important that there be accountability in government here in New York. We've been plagued by scandal after scandal. And with a one-party system, there's no end there to basically hold people to account. That's one of the issues and one of the messages that I am going to be pounding away at over the next 6 months.
Now, Mr. Cahill, in your speech at the GOP convention, you mentioned support of the controversial American Dream Act, saying, quote, "There are those who say children whose parents are undocumented aliens should not be given the same opportunities as my children. I disagree. These children who have been woven into the fabric of our neighborhoods cannot be cut out and should not have their dreams taken away. All of the children of our great state should be treated equally and given the same chance to succeed and contribute to the future of New York." Mr. Cahill, can you explain further on the Dream Act for us?
Yeah, sure. And actually, it's a very personal position that I have on the Dream Act. My parents were immigrants from Ireland. I was born in the Bronx in an immigrant community. I still live in Yonkers, New York, which is heavily populated by immigrants, and they're very much part of my community. And these children are here because nothing of their own volition. It was their parents who brought them here to this country. And they're going to be part of our society here in New York for the foreseeable future.
John,
and I don't believe
just
in
have to
making
ask you,
distinctions between them and my children or other children in my community.
We have about a minute and a half left. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, you're blurring the lines with all due respect. Immigration is a legal act. The problem is with illegal immigration. And yes, while there's a Supreme Court case, Plyler v. Doe, that says that all children have to be educated in public schools, we're responsible for that. We've seen an expansion to in-state tuition for people who've come here illegally. And just a guess on my part, John, but I'm not guessing you extend the same, quote, rights and opportunities to children of illegals, let's say at the ballot box, because citizenship still has to mean something. So don't you run a risk trying to blur this line over the Dream Act?
No, I don't think so at all. I think the Dream Act is about education. It is not bestowing upon them, if you would, constitutional rights. We are giving them a privilege by attending our schools, absolutely. But I believe that by equipping these individuals, these members of our community, with a better education, it's only going to pay off in the long run for our state and for our country. So I'm not advocating them access to the ballot box at all, but I am advocating equal opportunity because they are going to be members of our society for a very long time.
John Cahill, thank you for offering your opinion. A bit contentious here, but hey, nothing compared to what you're going to face in New York in the general election.
No, and then that's what, and that's what makes, Republicans, we can have a discussion and been very about, discuss the issues and but agree that there are big issues out there that really need to be addressed in the state and this country, Jason.
And we'll leave it there, John Cahill, for right now. Look forward to monitoring your race. Wish you success in November, and we look forward to having you back. Speaking of having you back, we don't want you to go anywhere because America's Forum is coming right back after this time out.